Hi guys, welcome back to Real Bizarre. There are so many people out there who try very hard to keep or get themselves into shape. There are many different types of diets that can really help you get fit and healthy. I mean, you can ask bodybuilders about it, they know a lot about this stuff. But did you guys know that there's a very rare type of disorder that makes you unable to store any fat under your skin? It's crazy, but it's true. So let me tell you about it. British cyclist Tom Stanford is the slimmest man on the planet. There's almost no fat in his body. You might be thinking that Tom has anorexia, but that's not the case. He's got a condition known as MDP syndrome, a very rare metabolic disorder that prevents fat from being stored under the skin. Despite his condition, in 2011, Tom managed to become a national cycling champion. Tom was born with normal weight. Doctors were convinced that the boy was a healthy child. At that point, nobody knew that Tom had MDP. As the boy grew older, he began losing his subcutaneous fat from under his face and limbs. Meanwhile, he always had good appetite and his usual diet was perfectly normal. What's interesting is that doctors found unusually high levels of fat in his blood, as if Tom didn't suffer from weight loss at all and was actually very fat. And so that's what led him to diabetes. Tom's condition led him to losing hearing, which is why he was forced to use hearing aids. Apart from that, Tom had bad knees. Despite all the symptoms and the danger of hurting his fragile body, Tom decided he was going to become a cyclist. Many would envy Tom's persistence and spirit. He got his first bike at the age of 16, and he never regretted that purchase. He didn't stop even after he had a terrible accident that almost took his life. After a few months he bought his bike, he crashed into a car when he was out training. Back then, Tom received multiple injuries. His heart stopped twice in a helicopter on the way to the hospital, and so when he got better, he used his passion for bikes to fully recover after the incident. Tom's efforts were not in vain. He took a 60-mile charity bike ride to raise money for the Royal Devon and Exeter Hospital, where the doctors literally brought him back to life. Tom managed to collect over £1,000, but this was only the beginning. The guy realized that he can't live without his bike anymore and joined the team called Bike in Motion to take part in the Wales Junior Tour. But his troubles didn't end there. He broke his wrist and couldn't participate. You can't really call Tom a lucky guy. Trouble always seemed to follow him. Another accident happened to him when he was getting ready for Paralympic Games held in Taipei in China. He couldn't participate that time. But still, in 2011 he managed to win the national championship, becoming the first 21-year-old champion. The thing about Tom Stanford is that not only is a very talented cyclist, but he also helps scientists a great deal in learning about this very unusual condition he has. Geneticists learn a great deal watching Tom, although it took them several years to really find out what happened to him. Specialists from the University of Exeter figure out that Tom has MDP syndrome, a very rare disease and a kind of metabolic disorder that doesn't let the body store any fat under the skin. The main reason was the POLD1 gene mutation. Basically, that single gene caused many other troubles for Tom. As of 2014, there are only 10 people like Tom in the world, and they all seem to have lower jaw dysplasia, loss of hearing, diabetes, and low testosterone levels. Our next hero, Hal Moon, also looks like it doesn't have much fat in his body. Doctors say that Hal Moon is about 4% fat. They call him a man with no skin. This guy is a very unique athlete indeed, and he looks great, and I think he probably feels great too. He's constantly training and often takes part in various competitions. The idea of a beautiful body keeps this man going for over 30 years now. Strebel started taking good care of his body at the age of 12. Back then, Helmut was much thinner than his peers. He began training at home, and his first dumbbells were the bottles filled with water. He started hitting gym at the age of 16, and he keeps doing it every day still. The skinless man, as they always call him, says that his perfect shape is a result of long and thorough training. Helmut considers himself a natural athlete. He's 191 centimeters high, and his weight ranges from 89 to 97 kilos. Helmut trains 6 times a week, and every single time he really pushes for the burn. He does so many different things that's no use mentioning them all right now. Basically, those are some of the most popular types of exercises combined together in a form of supersets. Visually, Eleonora Debryn looks just like our previous guy Helmut. Just take a look at these before and after pics. She used to weigh 110 kilograms, and now she only weighs 54. In 2009, Eleonora had a baby, and she quickly gained weight after that. Before, she used to be quite skinny and looked very good. Eleonora says that she gained over 50 kilos during pregnancy, and the fact that she's quite short only made it worse. One day, she finally decided that she'll take good care of her body. A few years later, she's become a bodybuilder, and in a few more years she gained some impressive results. Her body fat levels are extremely low now, about 3 to 5%. That is extremely low for a woman. Eleonora's 38, and she wants to keep going strong. She spends 45 to 60 minutes a day training. She says that it's always a good idea to switch exercise. And this woman really does it all. She doesn't just go to gym, she also likes boxing, fitness, cycling, and yoga. She's not a very big diet supporter, thinking that they don't have too much of an impact. By the way, she usually weighs 54 to 60 kilos depending on the competition schedule. So here are a few basic rules she follows. I hope they'll be useful for those of you who want to lose some weight. Eat well and pick your food carefully. Don't eat much and stay hungry after you've eaten. Don't eat flour products, sweets, or fried stuff. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water every day. Healthy eating must become a habit and a way of life. What's pretty cool is that Eleonora still allows herself to eat whatever she wants 1 time a week. That's like an exception from the rule. She tries to eat quite a lot of that stuff so that she feels guilty the next day and does her workouts thoroughly. So now let's try to figure out the role of fat in our bodies. So body fat percentage is basically the ratio of the existing body fat to everything else that's inside our body. Organs, muscles, bones, tendons, and other things. We need fat to survive. It protects our organs, stores our energy, and does many other useful things. So, how much fat do we really need? Here are the generally accepted norms for both men and women. Essential body fat is a minimum that we need to survive. This is a reason why bodybuilders get rid of fat only before competitions. Other times, they try to gain more fat to stay healthy and keep training effectively. If you want to be skinny, you should be striving for athletic build body fat ratio. If you want to look healthy and shredded, you should probably look up for advanced athletic build ratio. If you find yourself in the obesity range, then you should definitely think about reducing this mark. And this is where we have most fat in our bodies. It's important to realize that percentage of body fat has nothing to do with the muscle energy. 2 different humans with the same body fat ratio and different muscle mass can look totally different. So do you guys know how much fat you have in your bodies? Share your answers in the comments, subscribe to Real Bizarre, and press the bell to stay notified of upcoming videos. check out some more real bizarre content, and thank you for watching this video. See you next time!